Hi. So here's the process of actually attaching a handle. I've got a taller pot in this family, and I've got a sort of a longer handle. I want to keep this pretty simple. So what I've done is I've got this about leather hard. The pot is slightly drier, harder than the handle, but it should work. So I've taken this handle, which I pulled earlier and dried off a bit, and I'm shaping it. I want to look at where my bird is. So if I have the bird upright for a right-handed person, I want to have the bird there. So that means the handle is going to go about here. I like this joint. There's something delicate about the way the handle fits right into this more defined lip. So I think I'm going to have that run right in there and maybe fuse it. And then that means that I'm just going to be able to bend this ever so slightly. And what I want to do most is to make sure that this top joint is really snug. So I'm going to put this gently on the table. Use this tool, and I've decided of course on this one I'm going to go above the family crest, and so I'm going to be attaching the handle right about here. So I'm going to score that, basically just scrape it up with this tool. There we go. And then I'm going to come straight down and I'm going to score it up also at the base. Let's throw a little light on the situation. I'm also going to score it up on the base here. So I want these to be ready to accept. I think I've got a little off center there. I want it to be ready to accept the handle in a way that's going to be nice and strong so that it'll last. So first you score it, you scrape it up, and then I'm going to want to do the same on the handle. So the handle I kind of tried to fit into the curve of the pot. I'm going to increase that by just tapping it a bit with my thumb, just get that curvature in there. And I'm not going to do a lot of monkeying around. I have with other ones, but with this one I'm just going to have some nice clean attachments. So I'm going to use my slip, which is just a sort of clay slurry, and I'm going to also scrape this. And after I scrape that, I'm going to attach a lot of moving parts here. I'm going to attach some slip here where I already scored it. So I'm just putting this kind of clay slurry here. That's going to soften the clay and make for a good strong bond there. You really need this slip at this stage. And I'm also going to put slip right here on the hole of this where the handle will attach at the top. And I'll deal with the bottom later. But for right now, I'm going to take this, I'm going to use my thumb in here because your thumb's going to fit in there anyway. And I'm going to just press that. And then I'm going to press the sides. Of course, always supporting on the inside, because otherwise you can just crack a pot in 2 seconds. And this has fallen down a bit, so I want to attach this sooner rather than later to keep this very gentle curve of the handle. I'm applying some slip out of sight on both ends again. Slip and slip. And then that is just going to dive directly into the foot and press it in carefully, always again supporting on the inside. In this case, partly for strength and partly for the look of it, I kind of wanted to actually merge with the foot here. So I'll spend some time finishing that off camera. I want to be really careful about this bend. I really like that. I don't want it to be too squared off. I've lost a little of the striping here, so I'm going to have to be careful how I finish that off so that these work together and it doesn't just look like it's blobbed on top. But that's the basic. Now what it just is going to need, this is a pretty fast attachment, it's just going to need a little TLC to make sure that it's a firm connection and not something that's going to be problematic later. That's, of course, fundamental, but that it flows with the whole pot. So there's that one. I have a couple others here, but I'll show these all at the end. They're all quite different. Thanks.